Welcome! In this video, we'll give you a quick overview of what is new with Teamwork Release 1.19. One of the biggest feature requests that we've heard in the last couple of months has been the ability to create new channels and new tabs within channels as you create teams through Teamwork. And that is what we now have with Teamwork starting with 1.19. So for the templates in Teamwork that you have defined to create new teams, you can nowadays define specific channels that should always be created whenever a team is created, so that, for example, all of your projects, you can have a project management channel, a reporting channel, customer communications channel, and whatever channels you feel are appropriate for your use. And in addition to defining channels, you can also define tabs for your channels, so that inside the project management channel, you can have the project issues Excel sheet always available, and so on. And you don't need to configure these manually anymore, because you just need to define those ones for your template, and then you will automatically have all of those channels and tabs automatically for every team that gets created through Teamwork. Alright, but not everything is about teams. A lot of companies still want to use SharePoint sites and have defined very complex structures for their SharePoint sites as well. So starting with 1.19, you can also choose to create just a SharePoint site without an Office 365 group with Teamwork, if you have the Teamwork Enterprise license, basically. So you can create a communication site, you can create a modern theme site, and you can even create a classic publishing site if you so wish using Teamwork. You can use custom templating for modern communication sites, for modern theme sites. You would use the PMP templates. For classic publishing sites, you would use our Genesis XML structure to define the things like the lists and libraries and front page settings that you want to have for your site. And of course, all the filtering capabilities, search capabilities, viewing of these sites in the Teamwork dashboard are supported the same way as they are for Office 365 groups. Additionally, the filtering capabilities that we implemented for Teamwork 1.18 have been really popular, and one of the requests that we have heard quite often is that you should be able to save these filters as default settings, so that, for example, in the HR page of your intranet, you would be able to show HR groups, and in the IT page, you would be able to show IT groups, and so on. So with 1.19, we bring you the capability to save the filter into the web part settings, so that whenever somebody opens a specific page in your intranet, you can define what groups are shown there just as you want. And as a regular user, you can also save the filtering that you have set as a personal URL, so that you can always get to the sites and groups that are relevant to you by navigating to the specific URL that is saved in your My Tools or in your browser bookmarks, basically. Also, we've had the ability to use prefixes, suffixes, and banned words in Teamwork for quite some time, basically. So with prefixes, you can define a prefix that should always be added to a group or site name. The suffix adds something that is added to the end of the group name, and banned words are words that cannot be part of the name of a group or site. Previously with Teamwork, this was only applied on creation time, so these rules were automatically applied, but the user did not see the resulting name and URL of the group or site from the Teamwork UI. But starting with 1.19, the validation for the prefixes, suffixes, and banned words is already done on client side, so that whenever you are placing placing an order for a new group or a new site through Teamwork UI, you will immediately see what will be the end name of your group or site following these policies. You can use either the Office 365 group naming policies, or you can use your own custom policies if you so wish. One additional thing that was highly requested by a number of partners was the ability to do a installation and upgrade of Teamwork in an environment where multi-factor authentication is enforced for admin accounts. So with 1.19 release, you can now perform all the installation steps with an account that requires MFA. Basically, you'll just need to add the use MFA switch to the end of the script that you run when doing the Teamwork installation, or the two scripts that you run to be exact, and then you are good to go. So basically, you'll be opening the web authentication form instead, and there you can enter the one-time password that you get to your mobile phone, basically. In addition to these improvements, we've also committed a lot of bug fixes and small performance improvements. Maybe the biggest bug fix is a solution to the problem where there was a delay in owners being propagated to a team after the team was created through Teamwork. Previously, there was a delay that could take several hours in some occasions between the time a team was created through Teamwork and the owners were fully visible in Teams user interface. That delay is now gone thanks to refactoring of the way owners are added to a team after creation. Also, we now support finally the possibility to create Teamwork in a Teamwork site in a language that is different than the base language of your tenant. As already with the previous release, with 1.19 release, Teamwork site gets created with all of the 23 supported languages in Teamwork automatically enabled. But there are still occasions where you may want to only enable one single language, and now you can choose on creation time as a parameter what that single language would be. Also, we've done quite a bit of optimizations to the installation procedure based on your feedback. For example, both Office 365 tenant name and Azure tenant name are now mandatory parameters, and you will need to set them both. You can set them as the same if you have your Azure bits in the same tenant, but other occasions you would enter a separate ID. In addition to that, there's more than 20 other bug fixes and improvements that we have made in the 1.19 release. For a full list of those improvements, see the release notes attached to the 1.19 release package. Thank you, and we hope you enjoy the Teamwork 1.19 release as much as we do. If you would like to see an in-depth demo of Teamwork and you're not yet a customer of ours, don't hesitate to request a demo from us using our website and the address below. Thank you and have a nice day.